Hi guys, in this video I will show you how to set up your base so it can be fully automated. It's on Hydroneer 1.6, the big logic and electric update. This is not a video for beginners. If you want to learn how to play the game, you will not learn that here. This is some advanced stuff, so yeah. Also, if you are French and you don't like the French accent, which I totally understand, I did the same video in French, you can check it in the description. This video is not monetized, I didn't activate it, so if you have seen some ads, it's not from me, you can blame YouTube for this. I guess they have to make some money. Okay, so now we can begin. So you can see on what query I am. So yeah, that's it. One day I will buy it, maybe, we will see. And so here we are, you can see this is all my setup, which will create the different ingots in the game. And here in the back you can see the mining equipment, so David and Goliath. And I will walk you through all of this and explain to you how I did everything and why I did it like this. Okay, so first I think I will show you how it works, and then we will make a small tour of everything. And finally I will show you how all the logic part here works, and you will see it's quite simple. So let's go. I will activate this lever and this one, and we will check for the iron here, and I will get you back when the iron comes. Okay, so it's coming, and you will see here the ingot who's coming out, and we have all the iron going back inside the furnace. Let's put this one also like this. Okay, as you saw, it was fully autonomous. I didn't touch anything, and I will explain to you how it works in a second. So let's turn it off. This one, I will wait for this to process before I turn it off also. Okay, should be good. So how does it work? First we will begin with the beginning, so the alimentation in electricity and water. So we have the main generator here, and it gets water from some intake pipe, the basic one, you know, with a pressure of 50%. It goes through this valve, and I will explain to you why I did put this lever here, and this one also. It goes into the generator, and the generator will produce some electricity who's going out here. The electricity will run here at the top into this intake, which will deliver 100% pressure. It will also deliver electricity here to this filter, which will filter the water at 100% also. The electricity will go here behind for all the Davids, and it will also, you can't see it because it's on the floor, but it will run here on the floor, and it will go to all my furnaces and the big magnets you can see, and the wire will run all the way here up to there, to the last one. So that's it for the electricity. Fairly simple, you know. For the water, so you have the filter here, and the main water alimentation is here, and we can go in the back to the Goliath with some valve again, which can make it all independent, so I can cut all the Goliath when I want, and all the rest of the system will still be going. The water will go down here also to the crushers, so it can crush the dirt from the Goliath. I put two because some Goliath they spit the dirt a bit further than some others, so that's why I put two. So I'm sure that the dirt will come in one or the other of the crushers. You have this conveyor, the dirt will go into these funnels, and from here it goes in the harvesters. So that's a lot of harvesters, I know. There's one for each Goliath. Maybe it's a bit too much, but at least I'm sure I will never have any problem, So that's it. The harvesters, they get the water from these pipes here in the back, which then will send the water here into these conveyor belts. The water will go up there with all the minerals, Here we have the sorting system all the way up to here. Now we get the water back here. It goes on these conveyor belts here for all my gems, and also for this line of conveyor belts who will pick up the ingots that my furnace will produce. So that's it. You saw everything related to electricity and to water. Next thing will be about logic. First I will explain the auto repair system. So this one that you can see here. It's very easy. If you know a bit of logic, you will not need this explanation. So how does it work? You have the filter here. The filter gets damaged with time. So we have this device here. We can see the durability of the filter. It will send the value of the durability inside these wires, and it will come at this point, the B point. So let me check with this one. We have for now a durability of 35. So at the B point we have the value 35. Okay. Now what does this thing do? It takes the value A, the value B, and it will compare the two values. If A is greater or equal to B, then we will have the value 1 who will go out here and who will power this device. If A is smaller than B, then we will have a 0 value who will go out. And so for now A is at 1. I decided to put it at this value. So we checked earlier, this one is at 35. So B is 35, A is 1. So A is smaller than B, so we have 0 here. So it's good. This one will decrease over time, and when it will get to the value 1, we will have 1 here, it's equal. So we will have 1 here in the exit, the output. It will power this device. We will launch some repair kit, and the durability of the filter will go back to 100. So this one will take the new value, which is 100. We'll send it here. B will be at 100. A is smaller than B, so we will have on the output 0, not 1, and so it will not trigger this one anymore. That's it. Really simple system. And it's the exact same things for here, all these devices, because the furnace takes damage over time also, so we have to repair it. So I did the exact same thing. You have here the input value, which will read the durability of the furnace. We will compare it to the value A here, which is set to 5 for this one. And when the durability value of this furnace will reach 5, we will go up here, down, and into the repair device. That's it. We have the exact same thing for all the furnaces. It's literally copy paste, you know. It's the same for everything else that you can see here, all the logic and electric. It's all arranged as like some kind of modules, you know. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles of space, you know. So it's always the same thing. Once you understand for one, you understand for all of them. They are all the same. So let's break it down. You have 3 main components. You have the magnet, you have the furnace, and you have this kind of counter here. So the source of the system is this value. It's the number of items who passed inside the counter. So we can see we have 106 items who passed here. And this value will go out on the right here. You can see I used a comparator, the same as the repair system. It's exactly the same principle. And so it will go in the value A. Okay, we will go check it there. Okay, as you can see. On the other side, we have this device where we can set the value we want. So I set it at 400 for now. So it means that when the counter will have the value 400, we will have one logic value will go out on this wire. This value, the 1, will go here in all these cables, here to reset the counter, because this wire allows us to transform a 1 to 0 or a 0 to 1. So we have 1 here, it goes inside this wire, and at the exit we have 0. This will reset the counter to 0. So it's kind of a reset of the system. And always the same value, the 1 we got here will go in this loop here that we will look right now. So this loop, I call this a loop, but in fact this is not a loop. It looks like it is, but you will see that it's not. So this loop will allow us to control this valve here, which can power on and off our magnet that we have up there. So how this loop works, we have the signals that come up there. We will take the easy pass, so here we go down following this arrow, we arrive at this intersection. We cannot go down here because the arrow here prevents us to do that. So our signal, which is at 1, will arrive here and will activate this valve. Okay, so the magnet will be on now. During this time, our signal will also go down here. Here we have some delay wire. We have 1, 2, and 3 of them. Each one is 1 second of delay. So we have 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds of delay. And here we have some reverse wire, so the same thing as we have at top of the counter here. So at the end here, we will have a 0. Okay, it will go up. It will not go up there because the arrow that is up there will prevent it. So the 0 will stop here and will close this valve. Okay. So at T0 we have our logical value 1 comes here, goes there and activates the valve. At T3, so T1, T2, T3, we will have the 0 value who arrives and will close the valve. Okay, so the magnet will be activated at T0 and deactivate at T3. Why do we have to do like this? It's because the furnace here, it needs 2 seconds to operate. So it has to open to create the ingot, put it on the belt, and then close back. Okay, and when it's doing all this, we don't want any iron to go inside, because while it's opened, it cannot get new minerals. So we have to store the minerals while it's doing its thing. So that's why we will get all the minerals at the magnet. Okay, and so to open this one after the magnet and to close it before the magnet, we will use the same principle that we used here for the magnet. It's with some loop. We have the value 1 will arrive here. It goes down. Here you can see we have the intersection. It cannot go down here because of this arrow. So you see it's exactly the same pattern as the one we had for the magnet. The value 1 will then go down this wire and to the furnace. Meanwhile, we have the same signal who will have 2 seconds of delay, some reverse operation to make it a 0, and then it will go up there in the intersection and it will come to close the furnace. Here I added some more delay because what we want is that the magnet powers on at T0 and we want the furnace to open at T1, not before, because if we open the furnace at T0, we will have some minerals who will be too far from the magnet, so the magnet will not have time to catch it and the minerals will fall down, and we don't want this. So that's why we have at T0 the magnet gets on, then we have the signal here who will comes. At T1 we will have the furnace who gets the value 1, so it will open and start to create the ingot. Then we have, so T1 we are here, T2 we will be here, and the 0 value we go up there, and at T3 here, because of this one, we will close back the furnace in the same time as the magnet will be turned off. So yeah, that's it. That's all the system. As you saw earlier, it works really well. There are no timing issues or whatever. The only trouble that we can have is that sometimes if there are many minerals, they gather in a very large area. So when it falls down, it might get in this area of the furnace, on the sides, and sometimes it might fall out. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen. Some very easy solution could be to put some window around, so we can make sure that all the minerals fall inside of the furnace. So that's it. As you can see, it's the exact same thing for every furnace. So here we have the loop for this furnace here, and for this magnet we have the valve here, and we have the control loop here, and it's exactly the same thing everywhere. Now I will explain to you why I put this lever here, because as you see the valve is just behind, so I don't need the lever to operate it. But my plan is to do some control room that would be up there. So if I want to access this valve, I want to do it from up there. So that's why I put this lever that in the future will be out here. So in the things that we still have to do manually, there are two. The first one is for this reparation device. We have to charge them with some repair kits, and for now we have no way to do it automatically. We have to do it by hand. So that's one thing that we still have to take care of. The other thing is here for the gems, the pressure chamber, we have to operate it manually also. We cannot automate this one for now. So yeah, that's it. The things that we can do to make our lives easier about this is for this one, for example, to put some counter here on this belt, and like to set some value at, I don't know, 500, and when 500 gems goes in the belt, we can send some signal in the control room that will light some light, and so we can know that we have 500 gems that went through, and so we have to come down and to pressurize everything and transform it. And we can do the same kind of things here for the reparation system, where we can, like, I don't know, here you can see it's at 1, but like, yeah, this one. Here I set the value at 5, so it means that when the durability of this furnace will be at 5, it will send a signal here, it will trigger the reparation, but if this device is empty, the repair kit will not go out, and so the furnace will not be repaired. So its durability will still be 5, and it will decrease again, so it will drop to 4, to 3, and so what we can do is to put some comparator here, for example, and another keyboard like this one, and set a value to 3, for example. So when the repair kit here is empty, the value here will continue to drop down, and so we will have the value 3 will eventually come at this cross here, and so we can send a signal up to the control room that will tell us that the durability of this furnace is too low. So that means that we don't have repair kit anymore, and so we know that we have to go down and put some more inside. I hope you liked this video. I hope you will find it useful, because I didn't see anything like this for now on YouTube or on Steam. If you have ideas on how to make it more simple, more compact, please let me know, because I'm very interested in that. I'm quite sure we can do better, but yeah, I'm a bit lazy to think more about this, so I will let it to you. Anyway, don't hesitate to share the video. Tell me in the comments if you need some more explanation of some parts of the system, and take care. Bye.